All right, there we go, everybody. So just wanted to put out a video today highlighting the official 2K NBA 2K22 opening day roster. So I haven't had a chance to dive through it. I just literally saw that the update was required. So going to go into official 2K sports roster, and we're doing this live, so I haven't had a chance to look. Let's look at the players. It should be Aaron Henry. Yep, there's Aaron Henry on the roster as a small forward shooting guard. He's on a two-way contract there. Let's see. The Milwaukee Bucks, Georgios Kalitzakis is on the Milwaukee Bucks. Sandro Mamakalashvili is there. Good. It looks like that's it. I was trying to remember for the Bucks who everybody was on there, and they do have the injuries, which is great. They have those for opening night in there. I'd suspect, just like last year, the player positions will get updated in the first roster update or first official ratings update, and they'll get those in there, so that way those are updated. They already had Simonovic. I don't think anybody got added for the Bulls that was a needed player to add. Tyler Cook obviously is on the two-way, but he was already in the game. RJ Nembhard is there. Kevin Pangos is there. Great to see. Let's see. Trying to remember everybody that wasn't in the game. There's 39 total players that were not in the game. We've got Sam Hauser there. He is on a two-way contract as well. Broderick Thomas is added from the free agent pool to the official team. We have Isaiah Hartenstein was already on the roster. The Clippers shouldn't have anybody new. We've got the Memphis Grizzlies, so they should have Yves Pons. Yep, Yves Pons is added to the game there. They already had guys like Santi Aldama and all that in the game. Sam Merrill officially made the team, so he was already added in a previous update, but there he is. Sharif Cooper. Everybody was wondering about Sharif Cooper. He is an official face scan. Man, that looks good. Official face scan for Sharif Cooper. I should have actually done this, but I had an idea. I think Mamakashvili. Actually, I don't know. That Sharif Cooper may not have been a face scan, now that I think about it, just because of, I don't think that's a face scan, to be honest. I forgot that this year they changed up the way they do the appearance tab. Like there's no appearance tab available for any of the roster players, so that may not be a face scan officially for Sharif Cooper, but that looks pretty decent for him. No, that's not a face scan. That's a 2K render for now. Sorry for the confusion there, but he at least is on the roster. Marcus Garrett added to the Miami Heat. He's on a two-way contract. So that's good to see that there. And we go over to Charlotte Hornets. Onadis Kuboka and Scotty Lewis are on the roster. They were added. They're both on a two-way. I don't think we're going to see any render updates because those come via patch. I'd be shocked if one came in. Malik Fitz gets added to the roster for the Jazz. They don't have any other players that were missing from the roster. Nemias Kita on a two-way contract. He is on the Sacramento Kings. We've got Jericho Sims there for the New York Knicks. Official face of Wayne Selden Jr. For those that don't know, Wayne Selden Jr. was already in the game as a officially scanned face. So glad he got added. Quentin Grimes is already there. I believe it was only Sims and Selden that needed to be added there. Yep. Lakers, we've got Jay Huff gets added. That was a late addition late last night, so they got him in. Austin Reeves is added. Sekou Doumbouya gets added to the roster on a two-way, and then Avery Bradley is new. The Orlando Magic shouldn't have anybody because they have not filled their other two-way spot yet. I suspect that somebody from the Lakeland Magic will eventually get that spot. The Dallas Mavericks, Eugene Rui, and Ja'Cory McLaughlin. I'm struggling. They both get added to the roster as well. They're on two-way contracts. David Duke Jr. is there. Kessler Edwards is there. We've got Peter Corneli there. He was the only one on the team there. We've got both two-way guys in Dwayne Washington Jr. and DeJuan Jarreau added to the roster there. For the Pacers, Jose Alvarado and Dalton Holmes are both added for the New Orleans Pelicans. And then, like I said, face scans will come. I suspect Trey Murphy. You'll have a bunch of the first round guys get updated because they did get scans, as we saw in some of the interviews that 2K did officially on the 2K TV thing. Chris Smith and Jamorko Pickett get added there for the Pistons, so that's good to see that. Justin Champagnie and David Johnson get added for being both of the two-way guys. They get added for the Raptors. Let's see if they got Decker. They did get Sam Decker's official face back in. He was updated, I believe it was 2K18 or 19. He was updated, so good to see that. That they got his updated face in there, since he did add the facial hair and stuff like that, and his hair color changed a little bit since he was drafted a long time ago. Daishen Nix is on the Rockets. They added Garrison Matthews on the two-way, so that's good. Let's see. The Spurs, they should have Jacques Landale is there. We've got Joe Wieskamp there as well. So they added both of them. Then the Phoenix Suns shouldn't have anybody new. The Oklahoma City, Vit Krejci is there, added to the game, so it's good to see that. Andrew Wiggins as well, or Aaron Wiggins. I always say Andrew Wiggins. I mess that up every time. Aaron Wiggins is added there. McKinley Wright on a two-way for the Timberwolves is added. They had already added Bolmaro previously. We've got Trendon Watford added for the Portland Trailblazers. And then Jeff Doughton, who was a late addition late last night. So glad to see they got him in on the Golden State Warriors. And then lastly, you've got Joel Ayayi. Ayayi is how you pronounce it, like I and then Yayi. He's added to the Washington Wizards. So it's good there. I'm going to check any of the classic rosters. I know they're separate rosters, but sometimes we get like a little small mini update there. And they don't really say a lot if they added a player in. I doubt it, though, just based on probably how long it took them to get the current rosters updated. It was a lot of work, so that basically is, a ton of work to do to then turn around and work on a separate set of rosters that need a lot of work, to be honest, as far as jersey numbers, a bunch of stuff, ratings, tendencies, all that stuff, done to it. So we'll see. No, they haven't, because they would have added Patrick McCall there to the Warriors that they still don't have. So it doesn't look like they have any new players added in. Let's just see. Yeah, no, they haven't added anybody to the roster, to the classic rosters, which I didn't expect that to be touched up very much. Let's look at the coaching staffs and see what they did there. All right, so it looks like they're still going with 2 coaches per team, not really adding in any additional coaches to the coaching staffs. And one thing to note, if you add additional coaches into these spots above the first 2, those coaches actually don't show up in the game like as visible. They're on the teams, but they're not visible in the actual on the court. So that's probably why 2K did not add them in there. So far, everything remains the same, as they didn't really need to update them very much. Damon Stoudemire makes the Boston Celtics, which is good to see, as he should. Same coaches for the Clippers. No Brian Shaw, no Dan Craig on the team. I think they only update them if like a coach is wrong or like outdated. And that test will be the Knicks because they have a coach that's outdated. And Andy Greer got added. Good, finally. Mike Woodson got removed, which is great to see. Mike Penberthy gets added to the Lakers to go with David Fizdale. That's perfect. Got Jared Dudley. That's correct. Jacques Vaughn gets added to the Brooklyn Nets. Not sure why David Vanterpool got taken off, but then Tiago Splitter got left on. Okay. Popeye Jones was already there. All of these are the same. Good. Jaren Collins gets added to... That's not Jaren Collins' face, though. Interesting. I will send a note to 2K. Jaren Collins' face is wrong there. Bill Bano gets added to the Pistons. Good. So they took off John Balin there. Let's see. I think they're going to be the same. Rockets should be the same. Spurs still don't have Becky Hammond. I doubt we'll see her added in. Phoenix is the same. Oklahoma City is the same. And Minnesota's the same. Portland's the same. Golden State's the same. And I'm going to guess Washington's the same. Yep. But they did at least update some of the coaches. They got them all correct. As far as the staff goes, you can go into these generic coaches. Where's one? Like one right here, these ball-headed generics, and you could release them and then bring in one of the other staff members from the available pool and then use them to overwrite and add like some of the coaches to the missing staffs, or if you want to do the old all-time coaches or some of the classic roster coaches, you could do that. I'm just going to look and see if they have added, I doubt it, Phil Jackson. Nope. No Phil Jackson there. I don't think they ever will add him, even though he is in my team, which makes zero sense to me, but teach their own. So I'd expect more, basically the positions to be updated, as far as whenever the first ratings update comes, contracts and, stuff like that will be updated tomorrow once everything is finalized as far as the years, how they break down. Usually those take a day or so to come out, like as far as how the contracts are actually structured. So I don't blame 2K at all for that. Like I would wait as well, getting those updated in there. Let's see if Mo Bamba, there was a specific thing that I saw to his contract, and it is not fixed. This should be 10 million, like 10.7 maybe or something, not 22 million. So yeah, so that has to be updated there. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. 2K, like they always do, they get all the players in. I'd expect like the vitals and stuff, if anything's kind of off. I don't really have time right now to dive into, players' heights and weights and stuff like that. I'll have to do it later tonight. Once I get some free time to do that, and then go from there. Pretty much it is the normal update for 2K. Like they do a good job as far as getting positions and stuff like that in eventually, and then like vitals and stuff updated. I think it'll be good maybe to wait for the vitals, like as far as heights and weights, till tomorrow, because I think later today you'll see teams release official rosters, and those usually have the updated heights and weights. But hope this was a good video, to see just kind of what was updated, and hope everybody has a great day, and thanks for watching.